Oh, good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
What up, party people?
This is the Fingerpod of Doom, episode 20.
Crazy.
Episode 20, Fingerpod of Doom. I'm Andrew. He's Jimmy Bones. This is the Raw recap. Raw, March 31st, 2025, from London, the O2 Arena. Another massive sold-out show and another hot London crowd, yes. And
they
finally, go ahead there.
Was it both? Did they sell out both SmackDown and Raw? Like, no problem?
Oh, easy.
Beauty.
Yeah, easy.
Big money.
One thing I was thinking about, remember, when would have this been? Probably the last time they were in London, and it was for a pay-per-view, I believe, and John Cena came out as kind of a surprise and said, I think we need a pay-per-view in London.
Yes.
He should have called back on that and said, and by the way, you guys aren't getting a pay-per-view. This place sucks.
Yeah, because he was talking about how they need a Mania there and how they deserve it. And
that's right.
Always a great crowd. That's hilarious.
So they definitely should have, or he definitely should have called back on that.
They would have hated it too.
Yeah, actually, you guys can stick it, brother.
Literally.
All you fans can stick it. Yeah.
Bruv. Throwing a bruv.
All you fans can stick it, bruv. Yeah, since they mentioned Tony and Vince, it could have took a shot at Ospreay also.
Yeah. Why not?
Ospreay should change his entrance to mimic Matt Riddle's.
Oh god.
Remember how Riddle's was like, bro?
But bruv.
Yeah.
Is he gonna like kick off flip flops or like house slippers if he's British? What is he gonna do? He's gotta
yeah, probably just yeah. House slippers, I guess. Yeah. Fuzzy house slippers.
Just like me mom's. Yeah.
Just like me mom's slippies.
Just nasty. I don't know what he could have to fly out like CGI. That was so bad. God, Riddle was corny.
Oh, he's junk. Yeah. But I'm glad that he hates Bill Goldberg, and
yeah,
he could kick the shit out of Bill Goldberg. So
that is comedy gold.
So today's episode, we are not going to do the news. We're going to make it quick so we can watch Dark Side of the Ring. And I like to ramble a lot, so not much for news, really, anyways. What I was following along with.
20?
Yeah, following along with at work and not working, but that's fine. New job, you don't have to work that hard your first few days, do you?
Nah.
You don't have to
float along.
Yeah, you don't have to show them what you're made of, do you?
And they expect it. You start slow, and then when you do actually something like crazy, they'll be really impressed. Just try that out.
Usually like, yeah, right before your probation period, right?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
They can be like,
so
well, I guess we'll keep him around.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he did something right. Got this order right. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So one thing right off the rip is Bianca came into the arena dressed as Beetlejuice. I loved that.
She's a hot ref.
Boy, oh boy, was she ever. That was about the best part of that match, but we'll get into that later on. So Cena opens, of course, again.
Smart.
After that huge pan through crowd shot again, but just packed to the rafters. So Cena comes out. I love the shirt. It had the like, are they selling that one on the shop? That might be one I want to purchase.
I've checked that out. Yeah, the beef eater there with the hat. Beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, they got new Triple H gear out now too. Let's have a look at that, but I'll do that later.
Ooh, some Hall of Fame gear. Ew. Good for him.
Well, they do have that John Cena shirt.
Like, it was pretty cool, and even the towel. And I hate
$50. Like, God,
that's it. What?
Jesus Christ! Like, Fanatics isn't designer gear. Like, it's the worst reputable clothing brand, like sports clothing in the world. Professional athletes were barking about how the jerseys didn't fit properly half the time. So yeah, anyway, or how they didn't breathe. It's really.
And the baseball, did they do the baseball switch up too? And they were like see-through, basically. They were just crap. It was horrible.
Yeah, you could see the outline of their assholes in those.
Literally. Yeah, play ball.
That seems to be the only like tour shirt they're selling.
And that is cool.
Like the standard that dark blue and the red one, but they don't have the Brussels one. Oh, they do. Brussels, Glasgow.
Brussels, yeah. Okay. They have some
Brussels sprouts, Glasgow geezers.
Look at the classic Thugonomics one. Look at the Thugonomics one. Yeah. It's wonderful.
That's his or which one are you at?
It's literally a live photo of him on the shirt. It says Dr. Thugonomics.
Oh, that one.
Bucket hat. Yeah. Brutal. Yeah. Bucket hat John.
I liked Thugonomics John.
It was hilarious.
Big fan of Thugonomics John. I also see that they have a poster of him right when he's faced. That might be something neat to hang up in the office here. How big is this thing? You can get it 20 by 24. Oh, and of course, then it's $60. $85 shipping probably.
Yeah, anyways, to protect it.
Yeah. So John comes out, very cool shirt, as I said. John goes to speak, boom. Wrestling can have more than one royal family, which is good.
Yeah.
I didn't want to hear John start off again. I didn't think we needed to hear his fan bashing stuff again. So it was a nice little mini swerve right off the top.
And Cody needs to look strong right now too. Like,
yeah, Cody needed to get some licks back here in this thing, which, well, we'll touch on that here. So John grabs the mic, goes to say something. Cody cuts him off right there. Says, nope, you can't speak. We've heard you talk before. We've heard you say what you have to say. And the thing that I noticed about this was that John sold this. Like, he didn't no-sell Cody telling him this. Like, he stepped back, and as Cody was cutting the rest of his promo, John had this, like, is muted, but like a muted look of concern, essentially.
Yes.
Which I thought was excellent.
Well, it made it seem like Cody was threatening a little bit, right? Like John's oh, why? What?
Because Cody has not been doing his job to promote this or to sell this match up until this point. I didn't think.
Yeah.
And Cody goes into it saying, you're going to cook me. What can you make fun of me of? My lisp? How about this? Words with an S. And he says, Stardust. And says, you can hear Cole laughing the whole time.
Yeah.
And he said, that's got to bug you that you're wrestling Stardust in your last match at WrestleMania for a world title. Yeah. Super funny. Because really, if you were to ask, I think any wrestling fan 10 years ago, if they would ever have guessed Cody Rhodes to be at this point the face, like the baby face of professional wrestling, of all of professional wrestling,
yeah,
you would have been. Nobody in the world thought that. Nobody.
no.
His brother didn't. His wife didn't. Nobody did. Right. So
when he hit Stardust, that was like, how low can you go?
exactly. That was him being.
Yeah.
That was like, Vince has buried you. This is irreparable to come back from. You would have thought.
Yeah.
But kudos to him. He's not my favorite wrestler, but you got to give the guy props because without him having the balls, like, I can't remember who said this. It was Randy on Friday. Without him having the balls to go out and start a rival promotion, and at that point was taking all of the big hype and all the good hype from whatever product WWE was trying to put out at the time. Yeah. Like he changed the wrestling, well, and his other partners in this business venture, but they changed the landscape of wrestling into the.
And it was very smart. The guys he got together that was just pure intelligence to get those guys.
It
like
was
Matt and Nick, Kenny, like the connections they all have.
Jericho, like
Jeez, and then of course Tony is there for his money. He loves wrestling, but he has money. That's the honest truth.
Yep.
Smart.
Cody says, you got I have an arm tattoo, but it's on my neck. I didn't realize that Cody, there's an interview also I seen recently that Cody was talking about his tattoo and how he didn't want it to be that big.
Yeah.
And it was like he was at the point of no return of like embarrassment of saying, nah, I don't want that on there. It's too big or something. And he just went through with it. But
could have been an easy laser just for that outline.
Well,
but
could have been just re-stencil it. Yeah, like anything.
Yeah.
And then he even said, I got booed in a company I created. That was the first kind of like wild card swing of the night.
Yeah.
And then we'll do anything else that you want to mention?
No, I just thought it was really good there, especially bringing that up too, because it's right. And Cody took it so well and kept himself. But John, of course, what John said next was crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just so light that up because that was crazy.
And so at this point, there's about half and half going, let's go Cena. Cena sucks. I think half of these people do this and say both things just so they can feel like they're contributing to the chant.
Totally. And it's a respect thing too. Like
it is. I do think that with 55,000 people or whatever they currently have it seated for on night 2, that it might be close to half and half towards the end of the match of who wants who to win.
Yeah. Kids will be screaming for Cody, right? I mean, but did you see the gear? Like I noticed as we were talking about shirts just a second ago, but like there was a lot of Cena shirts, a lot of merch.
There is,
so he can be heel all he wants, but he's selling them shirts.
Oh, he is big time. And that's the thing. It's a novelty item, or not a novelty, a collector's item now.
Yeah.
In a sense, right? Like that's why I'm thinking, like, totally. Do I buy this London one?
Well, because people will be looking for him in, even 20 years, which isn't that far away if you think about it. We have shirts that old, and it's like, yeah, it'll be worth something.
So then, here we go. There's a lot to unpack here, and I don't know if I made note of everything. So, John goes on. I only started really taking notes here when he said, I'm going to bury you like I bury everyone else.
Yeah.
They said for years that I buried talent. I don't bury talent. I am talent. I bury mediocrity.
Yes. Barrett tweeted about it. Just the
Barrett
rage guy
did
with
tweet about it. Yeah.
Nexus. Yeah.
Oh. Which that was the other thing I was thinking about. Imagine if they went through with that plan as they wanted to, as they probably should have, right? Like Nexus was hot.
It was huge. Like, even with the Daniel Bryan steam, they lost a little bit of steam after the necktie choke, whatever, but they got right back up. And I mean, you had Punk wanting like leader as Nexus, or right, like in putting himself in the group, and Cena.
Yeah,
it was weird time. Barrett was up there.
John says your ego matches your ability. To Cody. He says, I have been so great that the WWE can hand the heartbeat of the company to my chauffeur.
That was such a low dig too, right? Like,
right, yeah, you sat by my side for years and you're still underwhelming.
That's what rookies do. They drive these vets around to get stuff, get that info and learn it. That's great. It was a great callback.
Yeah, you didn't listen and it shows. You're too rehearsed. Lazy gimmicks, which is very true.
He is rehearsed. Very rehearsed, yeah.
Yeah. And that's why the old fans don't like him. Just the same way they didn't like John. Same way they didn't like Roman when he was getting shoved down everyone's throats.
Yeah.
Like, these aren't believable, relatable characters. And that's why kids love them. Because kids live in a fantasy world. Like there's no other way to put it. Seriously, why is that a fucking movie? Anyways.
Yeah. And it'll be huge. It's the only thing really playing. Like, that's insane.
Serious. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy stupid. But also, I didn't note where they where he had referenced it here, but Dwayne was finally mentioned.
Yeah. A little further into it, wasn't it?
It was further into it. I wrote it at the end here, but John said, "You don't work like me. You don't act like me. You don't." Or he said, "You don't work like me. You don't act like me." He said, "And you don't even look like you. You don't work like you, and you don't act like you. You're afraid of who you are." Afraid of public speaking, he made a mention of it to Cody Rhodes.
Which is weird because I find Cena to be more afraid to be himself, unless that is his true self. Like, even on Total Bellas, it was always just such a stern, follow the rules, obsessive OCD kind of guy. Maybe that is him, right? But
maybe it is,
acting. Yeah. So that was funny.
And then and then he says, they picked me, but who picked you? Now, I lost my spot. Anyways.
Well, it was the you picked you, which is true. Like,
that's
they
right.
Don't put names.
Yeah.
But we know who they're talking about.
That's right. This is where Cody cuts him off, I believe, and says, who picked you? A guy in an office that doesn't work here anymore, and we're afraid of talking about him.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
The comeback though was so good.
The billionaire one, yeah.
Yes.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
shit.
built empires. Like, which is true. I mean, if you think about what even WWE was sold for, that was a lot of work that Cena put in there to build that stock up.
Yeah. Cena also did say something about exposing you for who you are, an errand boy that got lucky.
Yeah.
Down here later on, yeah. There's your why. John finally said that's your why. Everyone was wondering why. There's your why, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so then Cody says they chose me. John Cena, or was it the guy in the office that chose you that's not here anymore and we don't want to talk about him? And then there's some other stuff Cody said. Mentioned a Zac Efron thing about
hanging out with 16-year-olds.
Because I'm not, because I know you got more dick in that promo than you do in your jorts. You want to make fun of me for appearing like I'm 16 taking public speaking lessons? Well, you're the one that hangs out with Zac Efron and wishes you were 16.
What a softball, yeah.
Yeah, what a softball. And that's where Cody mentioned The Rock. Quite simple. Between you and I, which one of us sold out to The Rock, John? You are still my hero, but you're also a piece of shit.
Straight to the point there.
Yeah. Then John goes, just like all these people, your brain is filled with shit and not facts.
Which is such a great dig.
Yeah. Worked 100 times harder than they did cheer. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all in London. Yo, he mentioned us. He fucking mentioned us.
Oh, brains.
Then Cody goes, or he says, that's why, Cody, that's why I never left. No matter how high the hill is to climb or the garbage they give me, I find a way to make it great.
Yeah.
You had to leave because at your best, you can't wipe my ass. I make empires for billionaires. All you ever did was steal money from their kids.
You should have had a picture of Shad Khan. I would have loved that. Or a mustache.
Back in his prop days when he'd always have a prop when he was rapping about somebody. Yeah.
It's a great curly little mustache.
Like those Groucho Marx glasses with the nose and a mustache, except it's a con mustache. Yeah.
Just all stuck to one piece. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are good.
Then Cody says that right at the end, not once has an audience ever chanted to me, you can't wrestle.
Yeah. That was a great line.
I think at the end of the day, and which would be said for any professional wrestler, if the fans are chanting at you, you can't wrestle, I'm sure that's got to hurt them.
Yeah. Especially when you put in that much effort.
Yeah, I'm sure the first little while that John heard it, he was hurt.
Yeah.
Then just got used to it and realized, well, I don't give a fuck. I'm making millions of more dollars than you are. Shit what you think. While still smiling all the time and you know, like he said in a previous promo, smiling the whole time.
Doing those Make-A-Wishes, everything. He carried that company even when it was pretty iffy there for a bit.
He did, yeah. There's nobody that can or will deny that, right? Especially if you go back and look at the roster at the time, right? You know, like, oh wow, I'm feuding with Jack Swagger today. Great.
Yeah.
Oh, another program with Mark Henry. Oh, good. right? Not that Mark, isn't a talented man, but it's just you're not the level of John Cena. That's
no, and it took him to the end of his career to like get there. Basically, that retirement promo was when Mark hit his high peak.
That's right.
That was,
or the Big Show again, right? With John, like how many times I got a feud with fucking Paul White here? And however many, random, non-relevant superstars back in them 2000s, early 2010s times, right? So
well, and it was a great Vince test, go up against Cena. Can you handle him? Because he is going to control the match. He's going to tell you what to do. Most of these guys couldn't. They couldn't.
No. And that was Vince then saying to them, well, thanks for coming.
Yep.
Right. So, but anything else that you want to touch on with that? I mean,
no, like I did see, Tito talked about, he did an article where it was like the Cena destroyed Cody, and I don't think it was that bad. I really think Cody got in a lot of good stuff here. And of course, Cena really did dig in, but I think it was nice to see Cody step up, and it wasn't a burial like people think. A lot of people think it was just like, oh, Cody got destroyed, but no, it was pretty good for both sides.
Well, no, and Cody still ended up with standing on top, right, with the crossroads.
Yeah.
So verbally, I think he lost this one for sure, and had to resort to basically, like, well, you're a piece of shit, right?
Yeah.
But Cody did make some good points, and Cody did finally sell his end of the match a little bit. He did his job at promoting this match a little bit. Not everybody waiting to see what John has to say, right? So,
yeah, I'm excited for it. That and the triple threat with Cheese.
I still think that this is an obvious result. I still think this is a match John wins now.
Yeah.
At first I wasn't sure, but after the recent couple of weeks, I think, don't know how you don't have him win, especially since we haven't seen The Rock.
That makes it really fishy.
And especially since Cody, outlasted all the odds last year. For him to do it twice, 2 years in a row, just seems very, like, we all called him Super Cena back in the day, and Super Roman. I mean, is this going to just be Super Cody now? Yeah,
and Cody's great on the chase. I think the fans get more behind him when he is chasing the title.
I would agree. Yeah, I would agree with that for sure.
It's just stagnant with the title at this point, right?
And if John wins, now every time he defends, whenever it is he defends, people are always going to wonder, oh, is this the time? Oh, is this the time? Right? People are going to be like odds stacking against John, and oh, there's Dwayne to thwart it. Oh, there's Dwayne to thwart it.
Time's running out. He's retiring. Like, that'll be pretty cool. And like, is he going to lose to this guy? Like, I think they could have some fun with that.
And
might be surprised.
I know the product is hot right now, but if there's ever an event in a PLE in question, if John's on the card, people are going to buy it. It will sell, right? People will buy tickets to that. So I think John wins.
Yeah.
So,
and that's the exciting part, I think.
Next we had the New Day versus New Catch.
Finally, they're back together.
Well, Bate was hurt for 8 months
like
or whatever.
Year?
Yeah,
quite
a long time.
So long.
Yeah. I'm not sure
the
New Day
on the roster.
What's that?
Those two have been on the roster a long time. I didn't realize that Pete and Tyler have been there for like since 2017 or something like that.
Yeah, they were both way in longer NXT than I thought. UK. Yeah.
Yeah, like crazy.
Yeah. The match itself was fine, I guess. Like, there was nothing spectacular. Yeah. I think people were still kind of like buzzing about the John and Cody thing and didn't really fully embrace this match. This is what it sounded like from the fans, even though both those guys are from the UK. It was nice to see Tyler Bate back, and it was nice to see Dunn get some TV time. I have no idea why New Day needed to win this match.
So pointless.
Yeah, incredibly pointless. The New Cat should have won the match to help build Raw's tag division, since SmackDown's is on fire right now.
Yeah.
And Raw's is just like floundering.
Oh
right?
Boy.
Like the War Raiders are a fine tag team, but like they don't do it for me.
No, and there's no urgency. Like no one else seems to want to win the titles really. Like at least SmackDown, they're all going after the champs.
That's right.
Titles.
Alpha Academy lost both times for some. Well, got themselves DQ'd the one time, but
yeah.
And then they lose. So why aren't they not Alpha Academy? What are they called? American Made.
American Made. Yeah, Creed Brothers, right? Like, why aren't they out there as well? They could be walking out right after the confrontation, being like, "Wait, don't forget about us. We still want those."
I'm guessing they might be building something maybe for Raw after Mania for the Raw tag titles, because as I was saying, I'm sure they're doing some multi-man bullshit for the SmackDown ones at Mania.
Yeah.
Or get rid of. Anyways, we'll get to that. They can get rid of another match that was just announced. Put a tag match in there, maybe. But
did you notice one of my moments of the night, though? Right when they were walking out, of course, and they're doing that little interview in the aisle, Xavier pulled one of the best moments I've seen him do since he was heel, where this kid had his phone kind of down recording him, and Xavier went to pretend to grab the phone, and the kid almost looked like he was going to shit his pants, like he was actually scared of Xavier and this wrestler, but he still wanted to record him, and Xavier just stared at him for almost the whole promo and just kept giving this poor kid dirty looks, and it was one of my favorite things.
I missed that.
Oh, it's one of my favorite things of the night, because this kid's genuinely frightened of Xavier being so close, and probably, he's big and heel and grouchy looking, but yeah, when he grabbed that phone, tried to grab the phone, that kid looked like he was gonna fill his pants. It was great. It was so stupid, but it was great. But it was so funny.
No, I missed that.
To do that.
I'll have to see it if it's on the replay.
Yeah, it was just one of my favorite things of the night. I don't know. It was just a cool little thing.
Okay, here we go. This is the moment of the night here, though. Big Jim versus Gunther. Let me tell you, Big Jim wasn't looking so big at the end of this match. Christ. So there was a little thing in the back where, Jimmy and Jay have their little sweet brotherly embrace, and, I'm going to get him for you. I know you will lose. Yeah. Whatever. Little did we know. So, Jimmy off the top gets a little bit of offense in, and then Gunther just kicks the shit out of him. With just excellent heel stuff, right? A big boot. A power bomb, 1-2, lift him up.
Yeah.
Then his whatever he calls it. I keep forgetting what Michael Cole calls this drop kick. Pterodactyl drop kick or something corny in the corner.
Oh God, I don't even know.
And then another power bomb, and just kidding. So then
the chops, everything just
the
is
chops,
so good.
like he's chopping them out of the air. He's like, yeah, these are nasty. I wonder if that's why Gunther hasn't really wrestled a lot, because people hate getting chopped by him. You're like, motherfucker. Well, like
he doesn't hold back.
No, you want to get in the ring? Like, you want a world title match? Then get in the ring with Gunther. I'm good, actually. Like,
yeah.
Is that what people are saying?
Even on LFG, he was the guest guy there. And man, he is not a nice person to those up and comers even. He's just like, if you're not here to put in the work, get out of here. There's the door. I don't like you. Why are you laughing? Why are you smiling? This is serious. It was insane. He almost made this big dude ball. It was crazy.
I think that's part of his gimmick, though, too, right? Yeah. He was kind of running his gimmick there, but
I feel like he's so like he believes this business is sacred, and he treats it as that.
Well, that's good.
I love it.
Yeah, we need more people like that.
Yeah, shotgun drop kick.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Shotgun.
Pterodactyl sounds better.
Yeah, well, and they like attack and fly down.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, Gunther chokes him out and wins the match. You're like, okay, well, that's not surprising. That's expected. As he should have. Just literally just kicked the shit out of Jimmy, as he should have.
Yeah.
So then Jay comes for the save at the end as he's, beating Jimmy up a little bit. And Gunther escapes, and then they have their commercial break. And Jay and Jimmy are, recovering and start to walk down the aisle. Right as they come back from break, boom, Gunther runs him from behind.
Perfect heel move, yeah.
Perfect heel move. Like this whole match, this whole segment from Gunther was pure perfect heel. Perfect heel shit. So then some security come out. Gunther powerbombs one of these spindly ass little assholes on the stairs, like stiff as fuck too.
Yeah. So stiff.
Gets the upper hand on Jay and ties Jay up to the ropes. And you're like, okay, well, he's just gonna beat the shit out of Jimmy in the ring. Which, okay, yeah, he does. And then Gunther hits him with the belt. Jimmy goes outside, and then Gunther's kind of teasing Jay a little bit. And then, like, holy shit, Big Jim, you're running that blade east to west here. You run the blade all the way across.
It was the big shows.
Yeah. I did not expect the blade job, let alone the absolute brutality that would come after this. Like, and I'm sure Gunther was legitimately choking Jimmy to get that extra blood pumping all over him. Jimmy is just pouring at this point. And Gunther's giving him them like back elbow strikes and sleeper and, calling Jay a pussy. Like,
yeah. Wiping the blood, like just
wiping
nuts.
the blood all over his body. Goes to lick the blood and then makes this face like, ugh, and spits it out. And like, and then some of the still frames that WWE had caught and put on Twitter, like, fuck, they were awesome.
Yeah.
Like, finally, this program has life. Finally.
Yeah, we're only 2 weeks, 3 weeks away.
Yeah, it's like Triple H was reading the discourse online.
Yeah.
About both of these programs for the most part, going like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, there's no build. What's happening here? And he was finally like, okay, well, here we go.
Because it should have been happening for weeks now.
Should have been. And Gunther should have been wrestling and beating the shit out of everyone.
Yes.
Like squash matches with actual talent.
Yeah.
Next week, put him in there against Ludwig. You want to build your heel? Put him in there against his own guy and have him kick the shit out of Ludwig just to prove that he is a champion.
I'm sorry I have to do this.
Yeah.
It's a lesson. Yeah.
And then get old Kaiser to run the blade too. Right?
Yeah.
Like, let's see some shit here.
Yeah.
But I seen that there was some similarities to Rocky 4, one of the Rocky movies where Rocky is holding Apollo. Kind of, and that's how Jimmy was holding, or Jay was holding Jimmy kind of in his arms, kneeling on the ground kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
And
who comes out on top? Rocky?
That's right. Of course.
Oh no. Yeah. Okay.
Which also is, as at this point, I think everybody knows Jay's going to win the match, especially after this shit kicking.
Yeah.
But yeah, finally, this program has life. And desperately needed. So it was great to see.
Too bad it took so long.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And I get, Hunter likes the slow build and everything, but like the program was
build your talent.
Right. The program was stale from the beginning of the announcement. Right. They had already wrestled. Yeah. Right. The program was stale before the match was announced. So this should have happened like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But hindsight, I guess we'll find out. Next we had Judgment Day and then Pentabreaker.
I hated this. Just hated it.
This also was just another just kind of average tag match. Braun Breaker has, like, when your dad and your uncle are tag team wrestlers at heart.
Yeah,
I think you're born with some sort of chromosome or genome in your blood that makes you a tag team wrestler. Because I thought he did fantastic as a tag wrestler in this match.
Yeah, that wasn't bad to me. It was just awkward. Like, we've seen this formula where the two guys who were in a feud tag together, and
it was just like super predictable.
Yeah, and it's like, do something different with them, because they're both, crowd loves both Penta and Braun, so you could have had some fun instead of just like, we get it, they don't like the Judgment Day, but do we have to see this? It was just weird. I
thought the match itself was built well. The finish was the shits, though. Yes.
Carlito had cool pants. I did like purple pants. At least that was neat.
Okay. Yeah.
That's all I liked. But yeah, no, for real though, that's all I got out of it. The other two being like mad at each other. Well, of course, it's such an old formula.
Yeah.
That's
like
what I
Dom and Finn were on the same page.
Yeah.
Braun spearing Penta at the end.
Yeah.
There's some things to build off of here. Obviously, I think the main obvious one is that they really don't want Breaker to be a face. I don't think he's a face. I don't think he's a baby face wrestler. I don't think he would thrive in a babyface role.
No.
I think him spearing Penta here kind of leads into maybe another tag match or something where it's like, no, I'll make it up to you. And then him purposely spearing Penta to get that heat. Somehow they have to get the heat back on Braun. Because Penta's too over.
Pat should shut up, because Pat keeps egging on the crowd, and even through the mic where he's just like
barking,
doing the barking, and take that away. That's a face thing. Like, you got to get those things out of there if he's going to be taken serious as a heel.
And that's kind of one of the big problems they have in the company as in general right now, is that too many of these, like, you know, bad guy, you know, bad boy, anti-establishment heels are being cheered, right? Your Drew McIntyres, your Braun Breakers, your Roman Reigns.
It's like the lines are blurred.
Your Jacob Fatu's, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
everyone wants to have that Steve Austin pop, that Steve Austin aura to themselves, and be a heel, but still be beloved and the best-selling shirt in wrestling history.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at with Braun. It's like Scott Steiner towards the end, especially in TNA, right? He was never booed. It's like Main Event Mafia. They weren't booed.
Well, you put a bunch of hot chicks around him. They're the legends. Like, come on.
Yeah, and they were cheered and they were cool and they were, right? And even in late WCW, Scott was cheered. Scott was a good singles guy, right? Until Triple H buried him. You want to talk about getting buried? There you go. AJ Styles and Logan Paul.
2 very boring minutes later.
So then we had Rio versus Io. We were into our main event. Why is AJ and Logan Paul a WrestleMania match?
I don't know, but it didn't feel right. It didn't feel like they murdered. They blended.
It doesn't. It's not a Mania match. Like,
Logan's done so much better work.
This is a Monday Night Raw match. This is a 2019 Monday Night Raw match.
Yeah, and it's going to take up WrestleMania time. Yeah, that's the crazy thing.
If you want to have a match that is a Monday Night Raw match, then let's just get Karrion Kross and AJ Styles in a match on Mania.
Yeah, like they've been feuding for how many weeks? They have more of a story than Logan and AJ, really.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Karrion Kross hasn't fucking wrestled. Well, he wrestled in London in a dark match. I've seen on fucking Twitter there.
Yeah, but he used his old theme, so that's kind of a bonus if he's using that Scarlet theme again.
Oh, did he?
Get him away from that. Yeah, get him away from that Final Testament crap.
Yeah.
And that Scarlet theme, have that spooky entrance. Great. Love it.
This doesn't show, this website doesn't show live event matches or dark. This one.
Yeah, because I don't know if it was that or main event, what it was for, but yeah, I'm glad at least they're trying. Maybe they're just testing it out, right? How they do on dark matches. Let's get him out there with his old music, see how it looks, see how the production feels.
2025 March. That's his only match this year.
Nuts.
He had 5 in December. 2 of them would have been televised. See this section, you need to log in. No, I don't.
And it's like, Scarlett can sing, Scarlett can wrestle, she can talk. Why aren't we using her too? Like, get these guys on TV. With his straight hair bugging AJ. Oh, that was hilarious.
He had 5 in December, and then he had none in October and November.
Very strange.
He is going to wrestle in blood. This is a contract year too. I seen Fightful report. Yeah. So
I don't know. What do we take that? A good sign or bad sign?
Yeah. Unfortunate is what it is, but
yeah. Could he thrive somewhere else? For sure.
I don't know. Would he thrive in the guys down south? It's hard to say.
Don't know about AEW, but Japan, I think he'd be great. And
Japan, he'd
TNA,
be good.
Yeah.
TNA would be good too, but he's been wrestling for 11 years.
Yeah, I pre-ordered his book. I'm excited. I don't know much about his back history, so that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Did you see Natty's promo, by the way? Just out of random.
Did I ever?
For Bloodsport? Yeah. Okay.
Fine. I loved it. I tweeted about it. I loved it.
Yeah. Like, that's the Natty we need.
Yeah. I'm fucking sick. Or what did she say? Something like that?
Yeah. Like, and she's, because it's true. Like, you're the greatest, one of the greatest. You've trained all these women.
Yep. Hopefully they build on that gimmick. I'd love to see that. And then her just kick the shit out of Maxine Dupree. Quit bugging
straight
me.
Up shoot. Straight up shoot on her. Hey, let me twist
snap
you up. In this.
Yeah, I'm gonna stretch you out like my grandfather showed me.
Be a great gimmick too.
It would be.
Yeah.
So then we do Rhea versus IYO. I didn't think this match was particularly good, to be honest.
No. And was
I
that
thought
on
it
design?
was super sloppy. I thought it was planned out very poorly.
Yeah.
Like, the only good thing about this match for me was that commentary was pushing the narrative of Rhea constantly losing focus.
Yes.
And then the promo backstage after Raw with Jackie. Rhea had another really good interview with Jackie at the end or after Raw. Like after whatever they call it. Not the podcast, but kind of like an extra.
Yeah, the after Raw, whatever it is.
Just like an whatever after show
by
kind
design?
of. I think it is.
I think the match was shitty by design though, like because it
couldn't be. Like Rio missed and they completely missed a missile drop kick. Some Poison Rana, whatever thing was botched outside. I don't think Rhea can do that to begin with. Take a Poison Rana. So I'm not sure what the plan was there. IYO fell the opposite way when she got hit at the end of the match. It was like you got hit from behind and you fell backwards. Yeah, like you should know better, IYO.
I could see if it was just Rhea being sloppy or missing stuff, but yeah, it is weird with IYO doing it too.
Yeah. And I wasn't surprised about the finish. To be honest, I kind of expected that. I didn't expect a clear winner, especially since the match I don't think has officially been announced as a triple threat, unless it was announced today in an exclusive or something. But
and it's just a mess. It's just to get them, all three against each other, basically. So you have a reason to make it a triple threat.
Right. Yeah, so they're still calling it. Yeah, it's still singles as listed on the website.
Which is weird because Bianca's looking the best out of either of them, especially after that night. I know IYO's like fantastic, but Belair just has a different level to her right now.
He looks like a star right now, yeah.
Yeah.
He really does. I guess if IYO doesn't win, I prefer to see it on Bianca, so.
For sure.
Right, everybody loved the chase and wanted Rhea to get the belt back last time, and that floundered once she had it, right?
Yeah, it was like she got her revenge on Liv, and
everybody
that was
hated Liv so much and wanted Liv to lose, and Liv lost, and
And then it's like the chase is over. So what now?
Right. And then that's when they seem to start, like, same with Gunther, right? At that same time, they stopped wrestling. Right.
Yeah.
And then Rhea was wrestling and it was legitimately sloppy.
Yeah.
Like timing was off and everything. It does. Yeah.
Without Liv, like, holy, she was fantastic. And Rhea is not bad, but yeah, there is something where it's just a bit of distraction, or maybe it's just the direction. I don't know.
It's hard to say. I mean, maybe this is long term with her, you know, how she was maybe getting some heat, not heat, but maybe some backlash online rather of the second title run, her second title reign being a little lackluster and boring.
Great ammo for a heel turn in the future. She could definitely use that.
I think that's kind of where it's leading, to be honest. And as it should. I mean, I know the fans are booing Bianca a little bit and have been the last couple of weeks.
The European crowd.
Yeah. But like I had said before, I don't know, because of all the charity work she does, if they're going to risk turning her heel. So,
yeah.
I don't know if if Rhea does much of that in the signings and everything. If they would turn her heel, people would still go get their shit signed by her anyway. So,
so many dudes would be all over that still, yeah. Where Bianca, like, she can still be the sassy, you know, whatever. She doesn't have to be a complete bitch, I guess.
Right.
She can just step it up with the sassiness a bit and be that more realistic kind of chick, which she's been doing. It's been great.
Yeah. I'm glad they didn't have Bianca just dress as a regular ref in that black golf shirt.
Yeah, oh God. No, that suit, she even her clothing lately has just been phenomenal.
Yeah, she's definitely looked like a star.
Every which way. Congrats, Ricky Saints.
What did he do?
He won the North American title.
Shut up, did he?
Yeah, he did. And then Ethan Page came out and took him out. So that'll be a good little feud there. AEW callback. But yeah, Sean Spears definitely was a transitional champ.
No kidding.
That was very quick. I was surprised. Like, oh, okay. Here we are. Right before a big pay-per-view.
Let's watch the finish here, yeah. What is Ricky's finisher?
Oh, I think it's the Rochambeau. But when Spears,
it's a shit finish.
Yeah, it's kind of like all the other ones right now, where it's just like, really. The title of the hit with the title was great though by Spears. I was like, oh, that could take him out.
Right on.
Good for him. That's got to feel good after sitting around for a year on a dead contract.
Why is Ethan Page out here though? It's like, you've been wrestling for 20 years. Like, get to the main roster.
I know. I guess a great guy to like take the L against Ricky for the next show, but still, it's like, oh boy. And he was just in TNA too. So it's like, stay over there for a bit.
But yeah, at least we got some life breathed back into WrestleMania here a little bit.
Yeah.
They added a layer. They added a layer with Rhea, kind of the narrative there. Yeah. Like I said, Gunther and Jay finally has life.
Yes.
Like back to 100% life. And then Cena and Cody, as well as, you know, the triple threat for night one with Roman, Punk, and Reigns. Or Rollins, Punk, and Reigns, rather.
Yeah. Both shows were great to actually progress the storylines. Loved it.
And yeah, there's still some dead matches, but everyone needs a piss break. So
yeah, you need that filler.
Yeah. But that is today's episode. If you like what you hear, and even if you hate what you hear, let us know. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. YouTube, Twitch, Spotify.
Love hearing other people's views. It's great.
We're gonna watch Dark Side of the Ring here today. We'll do a Ludwig Borga recap. The Hellraiser from Helsinki.
Exit only, people. Exit
only. Yeah, we'll touch on that. We'll get our hands inside of that on Sunday, as well as another...
Like a puppet.
Yeah, Snooze Fest SmackDown. Hopefully not, but imagine they're back in America and they don't like American fans. So, yeah, Roman won't need to be showing up. So,
no.
He's jet lagged. He'll be jet lagged still. So,
gotta rest. Gotta rest that blood.
Yeah. Thank you for watching, and we will catch you on Sunday. Oops. Whoopsies. There we go.